Hello everyone, how are you all? I hope you all are fine and keeping yourself safe as well. I am Nasreen Khan, your English teacher, and today we will begin with a new topic in English language called tenses. Tense is a basic concept of English grammar. Learning tenses is necessary for learning English language. The tense is simply the way of using a form of verb in a sentence to express the time or state of an action. There are three forms of tenses in English language. First, present tense, that expresses an action that occurs in the present. Second, past tense, it expresses an action that occurred in the past. Third, future tense, it expresses an action that will occur in the future. We hear and read different sentences in our routine. Each of those sentences narrates about some action with regard to the time, present, past, future of its occurrence. In other words, each of those sentences belongs to a specific tense. Now let's talk about that in how many subcategories each main tense is divided into. First, we will talk about present tense. Present tense further is divided into 4 subcategories, which are: first, simple present and present indefinite; second, present progressive or present continuous tense; third, present perfect tense; fourth, present perfect progressive or present perfect continuous tense; second, past tense, and past tense is further divided into its 4 subcategories. First, past simple or past indefinite tense; second, past progressive or past continuous tense; third, past perfect tense; fourth, past perfect progressive or past perfect continuous tense; third, future tense. Future tense is further divided into 4 subcategories, which are simple future or future indefinite tense, future progressive or future continuous tense, future perfect tense, and future perfect progressive or future perfect continuous tense. Now let's talk about simple present or present indefinite tense. Present simple tense is used to state an action which occurs on regular basis in present. These actions include habitual or repeated actions, scheduled actions occurring on regular basis, and facts that stand true all the time. The following examples express actions occurring on regular basis or facts that stand true all the time. For example, he works in a factory. Next, he plays football. Next, she loves her kids. And then, the sun rises in the east. And one more, the shop closes at 9 p.m. Now we will talk about positive sentences and their sentence structures that will tell us that how sentences are formed in positive form in simple present tense. So first, we have to write subject. Subject is the doer of the sentence who is involved in doing something or working something. Then main verb. The main verb which is used in simple present tense in positive sentences is first form of the verb. So you must have a good knowledge of all forms of the verbs. Basically they are 4. First is present, second past, third past participle, and fourth present participle. Then we write object. First subject, then base form which is first form of the verb, and then object. While forming sentences, you have to keep this very important thing in your mind, that if you are using she, it, he or any singular noun as a subject, then you will have to write or add es or s along with first form of the verb in the sentence. Or if you are using I, we, you, they or any plural subject in a sentence, then you simply will write first form of the verb after them without adding s or es in any sentence. For example, first, she goes to college daily. In this sentence, our subject she is singular. That is why with main verb go, es is added. Then he works in a hospital. He likes music. I listen to news daily. The kids smile to see their mother. In this sentence, the subject, the kids, is plural. That is why with first form of the verb, s is not added in this sentence. Clear? Then she writes me a letter. We get salary each month. Water flows in the river. He sleeps at 10 p.m. They play football in the playground. And the last example, kids watch cartoon. Now we will talk about that how negative sentences are formed in simple present tense. First, we have to ponder on the rule, which is very important to be learned. First we write subject, then we use auxiliary verb, then write, then not, and then main verb. Again, the main verb which is used in negative sentences in simple present tense is first form of the verb only. And then we write object. First subject, then the auxiliary verb that we use in negative sentences in simple present tense are do not or does not. The use of do not or does not depend on the nature of the subject. If our subject is singular, we use does not with that. If our subject is plural, we use do not with that. Then base form of the verb, base form here means first form of the verb, and then object. Right? Now again you have to keep certain things in your head all the time while forming negative sentences in simple present tense, that if you are using she, he, it or any singular noun as your subject, then the auxiliary verb will be used is, does not. Or if you are using we, I, you, they or any other plural noun as your subjects, then the auxiliary verb will be used in negative sentences will be do not. Now let's see some examples based on the explanation and the sentence structure given above. I do not eat vegetable. You do not go to university. He does not like swimming. She does not smoke. They do not play guitars. Kids do not like medicine. You do not take physical exercise in the evening. She does not drive her car. Sarah does not sing a song. They do not need any help. Now we will talk about how question sentences or interrogative sentences are formed in simple present tense. They are also called, question sentences are also called interrogative sentences too. So the sentence structure of the same is, first we write auxiliary verb. The same auxiliary verb which were used in negative sentences will be used here as well, and again their use will depend on the subject. Like if subject is singular, we will use does. If our subject is plural, we will use do. Clear? Then after first auxiliary verb, then subject, then main verb. Main verb here again will be first form of the verb, then object. Again you have to remember this thing, that if you are using she, he, it or any singular noun as your subject in interrogative sentences in simple present tense, then the auxiliary verb will be used in this sentence would be does. Now does. Or if you are using we, I, you, they or any other plural noun as your subject, then in interrogative sentences the auxiliary verb that you will use would be do. For example, do you need some help? Here our subject is you, and here it is clearly written that with you we will use do. Clear? Then in next example, does he want to take admission in the college? Here our subject is he, which is a singular subject. So with singular subject we have to use does as a subject, as an auxiliary verb. Clear? Then our sentence would be, does he want to take admission in the college? Further examples are also written using the same sentence structure that we just have discussed. So I will read them out for you. Concentrate. Does she like music? Do they come in time? Do they study their books? Now we will talk about another tense, which is present continuous tense, which is also called present progressive tense also. Present continuous tense is used to describe a continued or an ongoing action of the present. These actions are occurring exactly at the time of speaking. It is called progressive tense because it refers to actions which are currently in progress at the time of speaking. For instance, a boy says, "I am drinking water." It means that the action drinking water is being done exactly at this time of the speaking. This tense is also called present progressive tense. What is the structure of present progressive tense? First, which main verb is used? It is present participle. Present participle is the fourth form of the verb, which is ing form, that is made adding first form of the verb plus first form of the verb plus ing. For example, eat plus ing eating, drink plus ing drinking, look plus ing looking. And which are the auxiliary verbs used in present continuous tense? They are is, am and are. That their use depends on the nature of the subject. If our subject is singular, you will use is. If your subject is plural, you will use are. If our subject is I, we will use am with that. Clear? Now let's talk about how positive sentences will be formed in present continuous tense. Like, again we have to ponder on the sentence structure or the rule that how sentences will be made in positive form in present continuous tense. First we write subject, then we write auxiliary verb depending on the nature of the subject, then we write main verb. Main verb here is used fourth form of the verb, which is ing form, which is also called present participle form. So subject, first subject, then auxiliary verb is mr. If subject is singular is, if subject is I, then am. If subject is r, then if subject is plural, then are, and then present participle form, which is fourth form of the verb. Some examples: I am washing my shirt. She is sleeping. Kids are playing cricket. They are walking in the lawn. Now you notice one thing, that in first sentence our subject is I, that is why am is used with that. In second sentence our subject is she, that is why is auxiliary verb is being used with that. And then fourth form of the verb, which is made using first form plus ing, first form of the verb plus ing, sleep plus ing, sleeping. In third sentence, kids, this is our plural subject, that is why are is used here. And then fourth form, this word playing is present participle form of the verb, that is made adding first form of the verb play plus ing. Clear? Then they are walking in the lawn. He is writing a letter. You are eating some food. I am preparing myself for competition. He is drinking water. She is cleaning her room. She is making tea. So all these examples have been formed using this rule. Now we will talk about negative sentences and their structures. First we write subject, then auxiliary verb along with the word not, then main verb. The main verb that we use here in present continuous tense is fourth form of the verb, which is first form of the verb plus ing. That is also called present participle form. Clear? Okay, let's see the rule or the sentence structure again. First we write subject, then auxiliary verb is or am or are. Again, the use of auxiliary verb will depend on the nature of subject. If it is singular, we use is. If it is plural, we use are. If it is I, we use am. Then not, then fourth form of the verb, and then if required, then we use object. Examples: he is not sleeping. He, singular subject, is singular verb, not is used, and then main verb, which is fourth form of the verb, which is also called present participle form of the verb, which is made adding ing to first form of the verb. So here first form of the verb is sleep, that became sleeping, adding ing to that. Clear? Now other examples, I'll read them out for you, and they have also been made using this sentence structure only. So you have to learn sentence structures completely before writing any sentence in any certain tense. So the examples: she is not studying her books. They are not coming to school. I am not appreciating you. I am not replying her. He is not asking any question. They are not waiting for you. She is not laughing. She is not listening to music. You are not eating your meal. Now we will talk about interrogative sentences and their sentence structure. We will learn that how interrogative sentences are formed in present continuous tense. Like we have studied or we have learned so far that making sentences in any form of tense requires the sentence structure or the particular rule which is used for forming that particular any sentence in that particular tense. Clear? So while forming interrogative sentences, we first look after auxiliary verb. Again, in present continuous tense, if we are forming interrogative sentence, auxiliary verbs will come first, which are is or am or are. Then subject, then main verb. Main verb again will be used, fourth form of the verb, which is present participle form. So let's see the sentence structure one more time. First we use is, am, are. Again, the use of is, am, are will depend on the subject. If our subject is singular, we will use is. If our subject is plural, we will use are. If our subject is I, we use am. Then subject, then fourth form of the verb, which is ing form, then object if it is required. Let's see the examples. Are is our auxiliary verb, you is our subject, listening is our verb. This is our example of interrogative sentence of simple of present continuous tense. In next sentence, is he calling you? We have used is here because our subject is singular. Then calling is fourth form of the verb, and then you. Are you laughing at me? Are plural auxiliary verb, you are subject, laughing past participle form of verb, at me. So this sentence is written in interrogative form of present continuous tense. Similarly, the other two examples have been made. Are they running on the road? Is she planning about her studies? So I hope that you all have learnt all the sentences, sentence structures very well, and now you all are able to form sentences in simple present tense and in present continuous tense, which both the tenses have been described, explained and discussed in this video. There are some more examples given of interrogative sentences only. Let me read them out for you. Am I making fun of you? Am I telling a lie? Is she learning English grammar? Is she cooking some food? Are you shouting? All these sentences are examples of interrogative sentences of present continuous tense. So I hope now you all will also try forming your own sentences using the structures, using the rules we have studied and learned in this video. Thank you.